Hey loves, welcome back. So I'm going to be doing a drugstore foundation comparison video. I have started to adventure out and use drugstore foundation, which is not that bad. I've actually fell in love with the few that I have purchased over the last month or so. I wanted to just share with you guys what my thoughts are of each of these foundations in comparison to one another. If you are interested in a solo review or like a first impression demo video or something like that, I do have one on each of these products that I'm going to mention in this video. If you're interested, y'all know I'm going to have everything below in the info bar for you guys to check out. We just go ahead and jump into these foundations. Now these foundations can be found at any drugstore or any retail store, okay? The three foundations that I have picked up from the drugstore that I've really grown to love, and I've been finding myself pick them up day after day, especially when I am on my way to work or I just want to put on a little bit of foundation and look natural and simple at the same time. So I'm referring to the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup Foundation, as well as the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, and then of course my all-time favorite, the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. So I guess I'll just start off with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This foundation is a little different from the other two foundations that I have. Well, it's completely different from the L'Oreal True Match Foundation, which looks like this, but it's somewhat similar to the Maybelline Fit Me foundation when it comes to the finish of the foundation. So with the Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, this is supposed to be a 24-hour wear foundation. It's definitely a thick, creamy consistency, very nice. It is a demi matte foundation. However, the color range or the color selection is very limited. There's not a lot of colors to actually choose from, which is quite disappointing with this particular L'Oreal foundation. With this packaging, the color can be a little manipulating and kind of hard to distinguish what shade you might be. So with this foundation, is supposed to have a demi matte finish. It's a 24-hour wear. The coverage is medium. However, I feel like it's a full coverage foundation because this really makes you feel really made up. Even though it doesn't come with a pump, it comes with a squeezable tube. Then the texture of it is supposed to be air light. The foundation is light. However, with this foundation, you definitely feel something on your skin, and it definitely looks like you have on makeup. You know, it's nothing natural about this foundation, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's a really good thing, especially if you're going for the makeup, if you're going for the all made up glamorous look. This is definitely a good foundation for you. Overall, I do like this foundation. I really do like this foundation. I think it's a wonderful foundation for girls with oily skin, for sure. Moving on to my baby, like I really fell in love with this foundation. It's almost empty, and that's sad. Like I've never really ran through a foundation before, but I have definitely ran through this foundation, and it is amazing. And I'm talking about the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Foundation. This is some bomb foundation, like for real. In case you guys want to know, this foundation did not come with a pump. I probably still got the top somewhere around there. My makeup stand is really dirty right now. But this is actually a MAC foundation pump that I got from MAC. I think it was like $6. It doesn't fit all the way snug on the bottle, but it does the job. You know, I definitely would not throw this in my makeup bag because it's not on here securely. It's not on here tight. It's not the perfect fit. So I definitely would think this would seep out if you was to throw this in your makeup bag. But just for a temporary fix of having a pump on your foundation so you don't have to pour it on your hand and waste product, I think this is a perfect thing to do. When it comes to this foundation, it is for normal to oily skin. It is definitely a matte foundation. It is a very lightweight matte foundation, which I love. Again, the time frame that this bad boy lasts, I know for sure, is at least 7 to 8 hours, because that's how long I typically wear it on a normal day. This foundation oxidizes just a little bit. When I first did the first impression video, it didn't really oxidize on me like that, or I really didn't notice it. But as I continued to wear the foundation more and more and every day, I definitely started to notice by the end of the day the foundation was a little darker than what I started off with. One thing I do want to say about this foundation too is it photographs beautifully. Like I would never in a million years would have thought that a drugstore foundation would photograph how good this foundation did. Also, with the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, there is a wide selection of colors to choose from. So my beautiful women with darker skin tones, you should definitely be able to find your shade in the Maybelline Fit Me as well. It's supposed to mattify and refine pores. It matches your natural skin tone. It mattifies, oh, that's Spanish. If you're in the market looking for a very nice drugstore foundation and you don't want to spend a lot of money on, pick this up. This is a foundation that I really do love. I stand behind it. It's amazing. It's great for oily girls. Alright, so the next foundation I'm going to talk about is a new favorite of mine. I've been wearing it for a couple days now, and I can honestly say it's one of my favorites too. It's crazy to me because I would have never thought I would be so in love with a drugstore foundation. Now, there is definitely a tie between the L'Oreal True Match super blendable makeup and the Maybelline Fit Me. Like, it is a tie. I honestly cannot decide which one I love the best. With the L'Oreal, I really do like that it has an SPF in it, and the simple fact that you can't smell the SPF in the foundation. I really like that. I also like the simple fact that it's not a greasy foundation. While though this is, in my opinion, like a dewy foundation, it definitely doesn't feel dewy. It definitely is very light on the skin. It feels very, very natural. The coverage on here is a medium to full coverage, honestly. I heard a couple girls say light to medium, but I don't see anything light about this foundation. It's definitely a medium to full coverage foundation. The wear on it is impeccable. Like, it's amazing. I remember wearing this foundation one day for probably over 8 hours, and it did not budge. It looked nice. It did not move. Of course, I think it's best to set any foundation with a powder, and I always set all of my foundations with the Makeup Forever Duo matte powder because it is such a heavy matte powder and you definitely don't have to reapply throughout the day. So I would definitely suggest that you add a powder to all of these foundations that I'm referencing to in this video. One of the things that I really don't care for about this foundation is it doesn't come with a pump, and I honestly think it's going to be quite a challenge to find a pump to go on this particular foundation bottle because of the shape and how it's made. But I'm really liking this foundation. I'm actually wearing it today, by the way. Very fabulous. So yeah, this foundation is really, really good. I don't have any issues or complaints with it. It's very nice. I like it.